Hello everyone, you're watching Infofiesta. Today, I want to share with you some of the biggest, expensive and dumbest mistakes made by drivers around the world. So, let's get started. Number 8. Many of you may not be adept at driving, and that's okay. Of course, one learns to drive with time, but what if someone doesn't know how to drive and attempts to park a car in the city? In the video you're watching, a lady driver is attempting to park her car in a space that seems quite ample. However, despite several minutes of effort, she just can't seem to get the car parked. Despite her hard work, the car remains unparked. She tries again and again, but the result is a complete failure. Finally, after some time, the driver of the car in front comes and effortlessly pulls the car out. Even then, parking is not achieved. This lady driver deserves an award for her persistent efforts. Moving on to number 7, supercars often give the impression of being driven by the luckiest individuals in the world. However, the reality is quite different. Many of these drivers may have a great sense of style with their expensive cars, but when it comes to actually driving, it's a different story. In the video you're watching, a driver attempts to park his car for 20 minutes in a parking lot that seems big enough for a cruise ship. However, to the dismay of onlookers, he ends up smashing his car into the wall. It seems that even in such spacious parking lots, some drivers struggle with basic maneuvers. Number 6. A while ago, in a residential area in China, a woman illegally parked her car in front of the guard office and stood there for 30 hours. When she returned, the guards asked her to pay a fine as it was a non-parking area. Enraged, the woman parked her car in front of the office gates, blocking them, and left. The office management hired a crane to lift the car and placed it on the roof. When the woman returned, she was shocked to see her car up there. They didn't return the car for many days, and finally, the police intervened. The woman was fined, and only then did she get her car back. Number 5. We often see supercars in videos, and the desire to sit in one is quite tempting. However, these cars are not just for anyone. While the rich can afford to buy them, it doesn't necessarily mean they can handle driving them. In the videos you're watching, drivers attempt to transport these cars using recovery vehicles, but unfortunately, things don't go as planned, resulting in severe damage. Number 4. It's a common scenario for everyone to be in a hurry when heading home, especially after a long day at work. People tend to drive fast to reach home quickly. In Ukraine, a driver was taking his car home when he encountered a road closed sign. The road was under construction, and he tried to maneuver his way out from the side, only to get stuck in wet concrete. All 4 tires were firmly lodged, and it turned out to be not just a damage to his car, but a complete disaster for the road. The company had to use a driller to rescue the car, causing not only damage to the vehicle, but also significant road repairs. This driver not only damaged his own car, but also paid for the consequences on the road. Number 3. Most accidents in the world happen due to overspeeding. People drive fast, and that becomes the cause of accidents and damage. But what if someone crashes a car at 0 speed? Well, in the video you're watching, this lady driver initially impresses with her parking skills. She smoothly reverses the car and seemingly parks it perfectly. However, in the end, instead of pressing the brake, she accidentally hits the accelerator, sending the car crashing into the 3rd floor of the building. Fortunately, it didn't fall, showcasing the unpredictable nature of driving skills. Number 2. Let's talk about the unfortunate incident involving 2 cars. The driver of the second car repeatedly brakes in front of the first car, trying to obstruct its path. Eventually, due to these maneuvers, an accident occurs. The driver of the second car, seemingly trying to be smart, gathers witnesses claiming that the fault lies with the first driver. Little did they know that the first car had a camera recording the entire incident. When the police arrive, the footage is presented, and the oversmart driver not only receives a hefty fine, but also bears the full cost of the damages. Number 1. In Russia, a taxi driver went to drop off a customer at the airport. However, upon entering the airport, he completely ignored the rules and parked his car in a no parking zone. The security guards immediately called for a recovery vehicle, and the car was lifted from there. When the taxi driver returned, he was infuriated and, in a fit of anger, forcefully pulled his car down from the recovery vehicle. Unfortunately, this process caused severe damage to his own car. In his rage, the taxi driver quickly fled the scene. The security guards promptly informed the police, and he was apprehended a few hours later. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to Infofiesta and hit the bell icon to be the first to watch our informative videos.